So I was recently doing a reading for a woman when she asked me about her guru. And she said, can you do me a favor, do a read on this person and let me know what you get. So I tuned into this person's energy with my spidey senses, and my gut immediately got tight. I felt nauseous, and I heard the words egoic and self-serving. And so when I told her what I got, she's like, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Because the woman I was reading for was intuitive herself, so I was just confirming what she had already known in her gut. And so she's like, oh, it totally makes sense. It's the same thing I got, blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to her and I was like, I really feel like I should make a video about this. And she's like, yeah, be my guest. So this is it. I decided to take the angle of talking about gurus, masters, religious leaders, etc., because I want you guys to use discernment when you're listening to them talk. What are you getting in your gut? What is your intuition telling you? Are these people totally narcissistic, where they're self-serving and they're trying to look like they care about humanity, but it's all about them and it's all about feeding their ego and getting a following? Some of these religious leaders view themselves as walking deities. They view themselves as God in mortal form. So you have to be really careful, because a lot of times they build that following where it's all about them when they're really just narcissists. Now, I know this sounds kind of funny coming from someone who walks around calling herself the absolute, channel of divine truth, etc., but I've also made it very clear that I didn't really want to call myself the absolute. I like Christine, but whatever, it's my truth. And the truth is the light. So it took me a while to embrace that one, but I finally did. I'm a channel of divine truth, which means I'm moving aside. These messages aren't coming from me. I can't take any credit for my YouTube videos. The other side is speaking through me to you. So if my videos pop up on your screen without you clicking on anything, that's the other side saying, hey, listen to this. Yeah. So I am a channel of divine truth. Christine Pavlina has to 100% move aside. So maybe I'll be like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. The absolute will be like my alter ego. Right? We are all superheroes. There you go. So, I just wanted you guys to be, very, very careful with who you're listening to and making sure your gut feels relaxed and open when they're talking. Okay? Just use discernment with who you put stock in and who you choose to be inspired and motivated and guided forward by. Okay? But I wanted to go through some of the warning signs of people who aren't accurately representing the divine. And it's kind of like, how does the divine work? Like, how does the divine want to be represented? So this is really about the religious leaders who aren't properly representing the divine. So after I go through a list of, what they do that aren't in alignment with the divine, I'll tell you what the divine is all about, which I've talked about in many of my videos, so that won't come as any surprise to you guys. You already know that stuff. Number one, be weary if they're making you dependent on them. You can't do what I can do. You have to go through me. If you want to be connected to the divine, you have to go through me. You can't do it yourself. Everybody has a higher self, which is the part of your soul that lives on the other side that's directly connected to the divine. So if you want answers, turn inward, journal, meditate, pray, and then listen for the answers, right? You don't need a religious leader in order to be connected to the divine, just so you know. You are a spark of the divine. You are already connected, okay? So don't let them make you dependent on them. Don't let them tell you, I can do these things, you can't, okay? We're all superheroes, okay? You just need to tap into your own powers, all right? So yeah, just be really, really careful, because a lot of them are trying to get you to be beholden to them. You need me. You need me. That kind of thing, okay? Now, another way that they try to manipulate people is through control. I have to keep you suppressed because I'm in charge, right? I'm the leader, so I got to take charge of my congregation, which means I'm up here and you're down here, so I got to keep you suppressed. That's another warning sign. Is somebody who's trying to control you. Huge no-no, okay? Huge no-no. Don't let them try to like keep you in line. You know, and one of the ways they try to do this is with rules. You know, Scientology is really big on this. You know, Tom Cruise and Suri Cruise, you know, she wasn't buying into the Scientology stuff, so Tom Cruise kind of distanced himself from her for years. You know, so Scientology kind of has very strict rules where it's like, if you're not with us, you're against us kind of thing. So be wary of those, because that's also not how God works. You know, God is all about free will. He's not about caging you in. He's not about putting you into a box. He's all about free will. So you have freedom to do whatever you want to do. You have free will. You have the power of choice. So don't let them box you in with these like strict rules either, because they're just made up by mortals. Another way that they try to control you is through emotional manipulation. The power of shame. Shame is extremely, extremely powerful. You're a big sinner. You're a sinner. The divine doesn't even like you. You've fallen out of God's favor because you're such a sinner. You should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? Shame, right? Judgment, punishment. Fall back in line. Because if you don't, you should be ashamed of yourself, and you don't want to experience that shame. You don't want to experience that negative emotion, so bam, you fall back in line. And that's how they control you, via emotional manipulation. So be very, very sensitive to shame. Don't let them do that to you, okay? Be proud of who you are. Now, another thing along those same lines with you being a big fat sinner is you're beholden on them for redemption. Because God has to forgive you, and God can only forgive you through them. So again, you're beholden to them. You need them for redemption, for forgiveness. Please erase that chalkboard. Please make my slate clean. Please tell me the divine likes me again. Bless me. You're up here, I'm down here. I have a video that I made called Confession Does Absolutely Nothing. I'll include a link to it below this one. Grew up Catholic. Then I tune into the light and I find that out. I grew up going to confession thinking, well, that's that. Woo! Let's go party. No. The universe is all about soul's growth. So if I wrong somebody, my karma is out of balance with that person, right? What goes around comes around. It's all about universal energies, but it's not the divine punishing me. It's me having to learn lessons. So universal energies are responding to that free will decision. The law of attraction, we command universal energies via thoughts, feelings, our free will decisions. We're constantly commanding universal energies. Universal energies are constantly responding to our soul. So that's why it's important to learn this stuff and really be a student of the universe. You know, learn about the law of attraction and karma and power manifestation so that you're empowered. You know, none of this like, oh, please forgive me, I'm a singer, I'm horrible, I can't even look at myself in the mirror. Oh, the priest blessed me, all is good, woo! No. No, not the way the universe works. That's not in alignment with it. So, yeah, just again, pay close attention to you having to rely on them for redemption. Just pray. Like, just pray. Just talk to the divine and say, okay, these are the lessons that I have to learn from this situation. I get it. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. And, also, the divine doesn't want you walking around feeling guilty with your head held low and falling into a deep state of depression and anxiety, because what does that make you? An energetic match for the dark. He likes your vibe lifted, right? He likes you happy and upbeat and feeling good about yourself and focusing on self-care and self-love, so that you're a closer match to the light, right? So if you are feeling low emotionally, that's a problem for them. That's a problem. Yeah, because that way the dark's going to be like, ha ha ha, steak. Dinner time, we're going to eat you. Because you're feeling low. That's probably the crappiest part about the law of attraction. It's like when you're feeling low, the dark just takes advantage. You being in a vulnerable state, the dark will just take advantage of you. Ridiculous. Another thing that I want you guys to really be sensitive to is them asking you for money. And I have a video called God to Paula White supporters. I don't need your money. I'll include a link to that one below this one. If you've got a religious leader telling you that if you give them money, it's the same thing as giving God money, it's like, no, God doesn't need money. He lives in the light, so he doesn't have, any materialistic needs up there. He doesn't need any currency, so you're good. If you want to make a heart-focused, organic decision to give money to your religious leader because they've done a lot for you, you want to give back, great. But have that come from your heart and not from guilt or obligation or fear. Like, oh, bad stuff's going to happen to me if I don't give you money. Or, good karma. It's good to just give it to you. No. God doesn't need your money. Focus on using your God-given gifts and talents to serve humanity. That's how you can express gratitude and love towards God. He's all about life purpose. So focus on how you can love yourself unconditionally and love others unconditionally. Right? So, okay. That was one of the things I wanted to touch on as well, is just be careful with your money, you guys, okay? There's a lot of charlatans out there. And then, now that I focus on all the bad stuff, I want to focus on the good stuff. I want to focus on what God is about. And none of this is going to come as a surprise to you guys if you watch my videos, because these are what my videos are about. Unconditional love for self. Unconditional love for others. Life purpose, because he's all obsessed with serving humanity, right? That's why life purpose is my specialty in readings. Free will, he's huge on free will, because that's how we learn our lessons, is based on the decisions that we make. Personal power, right? This is all from my videos. I've brought all this up before. He's obsessed with personal power and making sure you guys are feeling empowered. As a matter of fact, he'll have me spend extra time on people's personal power energy centers in order to boost that part of their soul. Personal power is a really, really big deal. Having enough energy to focus on self-care and self-love, and then also love for others. You need energy to do it. Yeah, so personal power is a huge one. Don't let anyone impose on your personal power. Speaking along those same lines, that's where he's really big on power manifestation and grabbing the bull by the horns. If your soulmate blew you off, does that mean you're supposed to be single for the rest of your life? No. Take out a pen and paper and manifest your soulmate, manifest their replacement. Because that's when you say, universe, I reject this reality, bring me something better. Or universe, I was the victim of somebody's free will, bring me something better. And they will. They saw what happened. They know everything. They see all aspects of your soul, their soul. They see all aspects of the situation. So they'll bring forward a replacement. Just manifest it. Say, I want somebody who's blah, 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 put your order in. You know how many people I've talked to on the phone who were like, I got what I asked for. It was like a checklist. I got everything I asked for. Don't be shy. Some people think they're greedy, undeserving. We accept the love we think we deserve. Open yourself up and allow yourself to receive the abundance the divine wants to give you, right? Those are called, people that block that energy, it's called a limited belief or an energetic block. That's a really, really big deal. What are your attitudes and beliefs about abundance? I don't deserve it. Just forget it. Be positive and optimistic about the future. I deserve this abundance. I expect it to come to me. I'm a magnet for it. I'm an energetic match for it. The divine loves me and he wants to bring this abundance onto my path. Love, abundance, grace, serenity, opportunities, etc. So be open to receiving that. This is really what he's about. He doesn't need your money. But he wants gas in your tank. Your life purpose will help with that, because helping humanity puts gas in your tank. Self-love puts gas in your tank. showing unconditional love for others, gas in your tank, volunteering in animal shelters is good karma. Like all of this. And, I gotta be honest with you. Some religions talk about this, some don't. God bless you if you're one of the religions that do. I got screwed up, whatever. I eat, sleep, and breathe the law of attraction. And I know that if I make a poor decision, I'm kind of in trouble. And I don't think I'm in trouble with the divine. I think I'm in trouble with universal energies because I know I attracted darkness to myself. So if I sit there and I say, my favorite color is yellow, my favorite color is yellow, my favorite color is yellow, that's a falsity. That's not true. That's like a baby falsity. It's not like universal energies are going to respond to me aligning myself with a baby falsity like that. That doesn't matter. Who cares? Whatever. But, if I walk around, saying that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the Messiah of, I'm the Messiah of channelers, I am a walking deity, then I'm going to attract darkness to myself because that's coming from a place of ego and it's not true. So there's like, I don't know, like I said, I eat, sleep, and breathe the law of attraction. There's like bigger truths and smaller truths, but universal energies are constantly responding to, what we're saying, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we're deciding. So just lead a conscious life. Just be more consciously aware of that. I encourage you to listen to, the channelers out there who you feel resonate with you and, make your gut feel good. People out there speaking for the light. Motivational speakers out there. Listen to the life coaches and motivational speakers and people that get you really excited and like want you to jump off the couch and do better and be better and improve yourself and put down that glass of wine and pick up that barbell. Put down that donut and eat that salad. Just personal empowerment, improvement, personal growth development, that type of energy. Because that's really what God is all about. Really is. So that's why I don't want you guys to follow these gurus, masters, and leaders that are just weakening you. Maybe you're sitting at services just feeling really depressed and alone and just less than and kind of intimidated and just like, yeah, you're up here, I'm down here, and just low. Follow speakers that enlighten you, that teach you about the universe, that make you feel good about yourself and excited and hopeful for the future, knowing that you can do it, because these people are essentially teachers, I just want you guys to lead a conscious life. I just want you guys to be aware of how universal energies are responding to your soul, because I was thinking about this today as I was getting ready to do this video, and really bothers me. I didn't believe the law of attraction existed because for me it kind of didn't, you guys. Wasn't really aligned with truth. I wasn't serving my life purpose. I was drinking like a fish, eating like a pig, like just not taking care of myself, not serving humanity the way I was supposed to. Low self-esteem, kind of depressed, anxious. And then when I tried to manifest, like nothing happened. It's like, well, I wasn't really standing in my personal power. I wasn't standing in my truth. I didn't really have the command of universal energies back then because my free will had put me there. My free will had put me in a lower vibration spot to where I didn't really have power manifestation. So through the course of these years and my free will decisions boosting me and getting me closer to truth raised my vibration. Now, I do have gas in my tank and now I can manifest things into existence. But as somebody who's been there and as someone who didn't believe in the law of attraction, I understand people that didn't believe in the law of attraction. Really do. It's like, nothing's happening for me. Must be a bunch of crap. It isn't. So I think that's one of the reasons why the divine stresses the importance of personal power and making those self-improvements and bringing yourself to a higher level of existence. God helps those who help themselves. So he'll reach his hand down from the clouds and pull you out of the mud and pull you up towards the sun. And then that's where the power is. That's where the power manifestation is for all your wants, needs, desires, goals, abundance. It's waiting for you. but it's totally within your control, totally within your power, totally within your control to lead that higher level of existence. You just need to make these free will decisions that guide you towards truth, because God is the truth and God is the light. So the more you're aligned with the truth and the light in each and every area of your life, the better you'll feel. It's called your vibration, your overall operating state. What is your overall operating state of being? Is your vibration high or low? That's what you're a match for, right? So you want to be vibrating at a high level. It's just a higher level of existence. So yeah, when I was thinking back to that, I was like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to lose all my personal power. So don't let any religious leaders squelch you or try to take that away from you. Okay, personal power is precious. Stand in yours. Don't forget, we are all superheroes. Turn yourself into a superhero is kind of fun. I did it. I turned myself into a superhero. It was kind of fun. Anyway, all right. That's all I wanted to share. I'm glad I'm ending on a positive note, because talking about like religious leaders actually makes my gut get kind of tight, especially when I'm talking about the things that they're doing that aren't in alignment with how the divine is. So I'm glad I could end on a positive note, and I hope I helped you guys. In the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.